Hey there, Gemini. Welcome to your reading for the middle of February 2021. We are going to jump right in here and take a look at your current energies with this main spread, and then we are going to clarify at the end with the little tarot here and see what additional details want to come up for you here, Gemini. But thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time, Gemini. But Gemini, let's see here what we have for you. It's weird, almost every single sign so far, I've done about 8 signs so far for these mid-monthly readings, and almost every single sign has had the Wheel of Fortune show up in the reading, so that's very interesting. But you start off with this embracing card here. What are you embracing? I don't know, thriving. I feel like you're embracing success at this time. So there could be a lot of success coming in for you. Something's missing here, Gemini, with this 5 of Cups. So it's like you could be working really hard or really focusing on business, but there is some sadness here. It could just be love. I would be, for some of you, I do get this feeling that maybe you're kind of like burying yourself in your work with this 8 of Pentacles. So, I would make sure to pay attention to your emotions, things like that with this energy. But I feel like there is a lot of success coming in for you here. You have the 7 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, and the 5 of Cups here. I feel like you're really number one, again, I would just be careful of kind of like burning yourself out with this energy here. I feel like you'll mostly be fine here, Gemini, but I do feel that a lot of you are working very hard with that 8 of Pentacles and that 7 of Pentacles energy as well. It's like you're making a decision here to work on something. 7 of Pentacles, he's looking at these 7 of Pentacles and he's saying, is it worth it? Then he goes to the 8 of Pentacles and he's saying, yes, it is. I'm going to keep working on whatever I was working on. So for some of you, I feel like you're just making a decision here in this first row based off of work. And you could be working on a project, a business, a job, pretty much anything. But again, I do feel like something is missing, probably true security over here. He's crying over these 3 cups, but there's a castle in the distance, which he's crying because he can't get to that castle. But if he just turned around and saw these 2 cups, he would see that he could get to the castle. For some of you, I feel you could be like afraid to make a sacrifice in love. Like if you don't have love, for example, maybe that's what's missing. It could be anything. I'm not suggesting that everybody needs a love life, right? But what I am saying is like maybe it's love for you. And I feel like this is saying that you're kind of like looking at it the wrong way. Maybe you're looking at love as like, oh, I'd have to sacrifice my independence or whatever. But I feel like you don't have to. So, just think about that. You have the hummingbird spirit. It says, be here now. It's a card of presence, but the hummingbird really represents kind of getting your rewards after a long journey. And but what I would say is I feel like you're close. You have the Page of Wands here and the 3 of Swords and the Sun. I feel this is saying you are very close to your rewards, but they're not quite here yet. The Page of Wands is still on a journey, and I feel like this hummingbird spirit, it reduces down to a 7, and 7s to me are internal fears that don't exist. So I feel for some of you, it's kind of like you're fearing that you're not going to get your rewards on some sort of journey that you're on here. And, I feel like you will because you have the Sun and you also have the Wheel of Fortune. Are you kidding me, Gemini? Definitely a lot of success and happiness coming in for you here. For others, I do feel like there's a little bit of heartbreak here. And I feel that for some of you, this is maybe you feel you lost something that made you very happy. I'm not even getting that it has to be love. This could be anything that you lost here. For others, I feel like this is more of a fear, though, with this 3 of Swords. Because you have this time for a nap card, and this could be saying, like, it's time for you to take a break, or maybe it's time for you to take time for yourself here. But it's like maybe you're fearing that if you take a break, you're going to lose momentum, right? But I don't think you're going to lose momentum. You have the Knight of Swords right here. Knight of Swords is a card of momentum. So you have this time for a nap card. With this poise card, you are ready for success. This is why you need to take a nap. This is why you need to recharge your batteries here, Gemini, because I feel that this is saying you're about to blast off into the universe. You are about to be extremely successful. So I feel like this is saying that before you blast off, right, with the Knight of Swords, before you take off, maybe it's time that you take a little bit of a break here. Maybe it's time you do some soul searching and figure out what you really want in your life. Why? Because you're going to get it. Plain and simple with the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune is your destiny. Wheel of Fortune, we control it with our vibes over here with this snake on this card. We control everything in our lives. The wheel is always spinning, but we control it with our vibrations. So I feel that this is saying, like, you need to maybe take some time to do some introspection. I feel like this is something that you will be doing. I don't think this is something you've necessarily done yet with this Hermit card. I feel like you need to figure out like what you want your future life to look like, because you're going to get it with this Wheel of Fortune card, whatever you decide. And there's no right or wrong answers here, Gemini. This isn't, I keep reminding people, this isn't high school. We don't get graded on life necessarily. So I feel like this is saying you can have whatever you want. It's my belief that we come here to Earth to create our own reality. That is our only purpose. And I feel like that's maybe what you're realizing here. But the Eight of Pentacles, Three of Swords, Hermit, I feel like this is saying, like, figure out, like, do I want to work, or do I also want to work and have love, or do I want to work and have a dog, or, what do I want my life to look like? And, I feel like big questions on this Hermit card here that you're going to be asking yourself over the next couple weeks. And I would definitely take some time to think about that, because again, moving forward, it's like you're going to get it. There's a lot of success coming in for you here, Gemini. This is a really nice reading, actually, but I do need to clarify it because it's not as clear as I would like it to be here, Gemini. So thank you for being here, Gemini, by the way. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you. Also, feel free to drop a like. Really appreciate all the support. But Gemini, let's see what is going on for you. You have the King of Wands here, the Knight of Swords rushing towards something, and the Six of Cups. Could be love for some of you. Could be a soulmate. Definitely could be a fire sign as well, Gemini. You always get fire in your readings. So it could be a fire sign that you are rushing towards here with that Six of Cups. I hesitate. I don't really consider the Six of Cups to be a card of someone from the past, but with the Wheel of Fortune, it could be a person that you've already dealt with in the past here. But for some of you, it's like maybe you're more focused on work. So I'm not so sure that you would necessarily take this person back. For others, I feel like there is a lot of happiness coming in for you. You have the Seven of Cups. This is like weighing your options. When you have the Seven of Pentacles with the Seven of Cups, it's kind of like you deciding what in my life is worth it and what's not worth it. What do I want to have? What don't I want to have in my life? It's pretty simple, right? So I feel that I wouldn't really call this a pros and cons list, but I feel like you're saying to yourself, like, do I want to work 60 hours a day and, make $1 bajillion a year? Maybe you do. There's no right or wrong. Like I said, I'm not one of those tarot readers that's going to tell you, don't go make a bunch of money or anything like that, right? So I feel like if that's truly what you want to do, then by all means, like, you could do that. If you want more, maybe you're deciding, I want more balance. I want to have a family, or I want to spend time with love, or I want to travel, or whatever it is that you want to do. I would get that detailed. Like, I feel like that's what you need to do here with that Hermit card, is get detailed about what you want your life to look like. You have the Devil. Definitely cutting out something toxic from your life here. We're going to have to see what this card is. You have the Ace of Wands as well. Damn. It's like a very passionate new beginning. It's so weird how this reading is set up here for you, Gemini, because it's like, meh. This is just okay, but then things start to improve kind of like down here. There's definitely a new beginning coming in for you here. For some of you, I feel it could be an earth sign that you're dealing with. Could be a Capricorn as well. But I'm wondering if this is a situation that you feel tied to with that with that King of Wands here. So some of you could feel like you can't escape or you can't walk away from a situation with that Devil energy, but I do feel there's a new beginning coming in for you. Really, I feel like this whole reading is, again, just saying you need to get very clear about what you want your future life to look like. Yeah, you have the Sun. It's like that there are certain things that make you very happy. I feel like you need to choose happiness. Eight of Wands, quick success coming in for you here. And the Emperor. I could also be dealing with an Aries as well. For some of you, I feel like you are I actually feel like you're kind of walking away from someone here, and you could be walking towards more of an Emperor type person. You could be walking towards someone who's very decisive, who makes decisions, someone who's very successful as well. For others, I do feel that you could be walking away from a fire sign and just going this way, which would be towards something new with the Sun. So you could just be choosing new love as well. But in this last row, I feel like there's good news coming in for you here. Let's get more details on this here, Gemini, because again, it's not immediately clear to me what this good news could be. So let's see here. Gemini, you have the King of Swords. I feel like that's you coming up in a very strong position. You have the Four of Pentacles, yes. and the Devil. Again, for some of you, someone can't let you go, or you can't let someone go here in this last row. So I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing for some of you. This Four of Pentacles is really your answer to this whole entire reading here, Gemini. I feel like you need to believe that anything is possible. Four of Pentacles really can be a card of holding on too tightly to something, which I do feel there is like a little bit of an obsession or a connection here that you're trying to maybe remove yourself from. Again, we're going to clarify this row as well, and we'll see what this is, but it's like someone can't let go. For others, I feel like this is more talking about you with this King of Swords. Four of Pentacles says, when your head and your heart become one, you can move mountains. Greg Braden, one of my favorite people of all time, he talks about this all the time. When you can get brain-heart coherence, they call it, then you can move mountains. Anything is possible. But I feel like you need to believe that these things are possible. It's like there could be some toxic beliefs that are holding you back or preventing you from being able to have like a life that you truly desire here. Yeah, there's some sort of truth coming out here as well. This is your inner truth though. Like, look, it kind of looks like an inner truth on this card. So I feel that you know what life or destiny you desire. You have this community card as well. I feel like it's just saying that maybe people want to help you, or people will help you, accomplish the life that you desire here, Gemini. But let's clarify this last row here and see what's going on for you. Seven of Swords. There could literally be a truth that needs to come out here in a relationship. Hangman. This is very stuck energy. You have Four of Wands. For some of you, you could be stuck in marriage. Very similar to the Aquarius reading. I'd say you could be dealing with an Aquarius here with the King of Swords. So if you are stuck to an Aquarius, maybe you're married to this person, and it's like maybe you're wanting to separate, or vice versa. Take how it resonates. And there's some stuck energy here with that Hangman. So kind of a weird reading. Again, Aquarius' reading was very weird as well. Yours is strange, I would say, because it's like good. There's nothing really bad here, and I really feel that the gist of the reading is that you need to really do like a pros and cons list. As boring as that sounds, I feel like you need to sit down and say, like, what do I want my future life to look like? I don't care if you want to have a rocket in your backyard that you'll launch to the moon. Anything is possible right now, so put that on the list, right? I don't care if you want to, have a harem of like 20 guys or 20 girls or 20 whatever, right? And you want to go live on an island where you eat pizza every single day. I don't care what it is, right? Doesn't matter. That sounded ridiculous, but I feel like this reading is saying, if that's what you want, then do it. So I feel that this is saying you need to get very clear on what you want, because I feel like there's a general lack of clarity about what you truly want. Like I wonder, like if I were to ask you, what do you truly want? Could you answer that question, Gemini? Can you answer that you legitimately know? Because maybe you don't. This is kind of like one of those readings where it's almost like a discovery reading. Because this reading could be saying that if you don't know what you want, if you're not clear on what you want your life to look like, maybe you need to go and discover that, right? Yeah, you have the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is wholehearted energy. Queen of Wands really says, where can you put your heart and soul? That could be part of the answer for you. If you're feeling confused like I am right now, Gemini, if you're feeling confused as to like where to put your heart, where to put your time, your effort, your energy, Queen of Wands just says, where can you put everything you got? Where can you really invest your time, effort, and energy? Because she represents wholehearted energy. You have the Eight of Wands. Listen to your inner voice. I feel like there's quick success coming in for you. Could be good news coming in for you as well. Definitely a celebration coming in for you here, Gemini. So for some of you, I feel this could be like some sort of celebration or happiness coming in for you. Someone could find you attractive. You have the Six of Swords here. You have the Ten of Pentacles. This is amazing. And the Justice card. I know what this is. Gemini, it only took me until the end of the reading. For some of you, I feel I said the same thing to Aquarius. It's almost like you're afraid to lose your independence with that Queen of Wands. So for some of you, it's like maybe you see something as your Ten of Pentacles, right? Maybe you see having a family or having having a business with a person. So maybe with that community card, maybe you need a business partner, but you're like, do I want a business partner? All this other stuff. I feel like this is a fear of losing independence. But really, I feel like you have a lot more to gain than you realize. I feel like this reading is asking you to realize that it's like you can't do everything on your own. And it's okay to get people to help you. So I feel like you need to make sure that you're not carrying too many burdens. I am shocked that the Ten of Wands did not show up in this reading because my back hurts. And I would call this a Ten of Wands reading because this to me looks like one of those readings where it's almost like asking you to lay down some burdens. It's asking you to allow some people to help you here. For others, I feel like you're hoping for equal give and take in a relationship here with the Three of Cups and the Justice card. But at the same time, I can't get over the fact that I feel some of you could be tied down already, or you feel burdened by a current relationship that you're in here. You know, regardless if you're afraid to leave, I feel like you're very attractive at this time. Clearly, there's new love available to you. So, you know, I wouldn't really be afraid of that here with this energy. But I feel like there's a lot of good stuff to look forward to. I feel like the trick is deciding to have it. The two sevens up here, Seven of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles. It's like with those two cards, we really need to, number one, decide what we want. Number two, we need to decide that we deserve it. Queen of Wands, right? We need to decide, you know what, I deserve this Ten of Pentacles. I deserve to have everything I want. Once you believe it, I feel like you will get it, plain and simple. Very interesting here, Gemini. There goes the light. So that's that. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of your what's going on for you this month. Also, feel free to like and subscribe. Really appreciate the support. But thank you, Gemini, and definitely enjoy the rest of your month.